When I say the name Daniel, what instantly comes to mind? If you are like most people, when I said the word Daniel, you probably thought of a lion's den. We all know the story of how Daniel was thrown into den full of lions for praying to God 3 times a day. But what many of us don't know is there's far more to the account of life of Daniel than him being thrown into a lion's den. What I want to do is to see what we can draw from Daniel's life, his whole life, and apply it to our lives today. While we can't be certain, most scholars would put Daniel in his early teen years when he was taken to Babylon. So, we likely have a teenage boy who is abruptly removed from his hometown and taken to a foreign nation to serve a pagan king. Quite an overwhelming event for a boy of that age. Daniel, however, wasn't shaken. Reading from Daniel chapter 1 verses 5 and 6 denote that King Nebuchadnezzar provided these Jewish captives with a daily supply of meat, delicacies, and wine. Notice verse 8, however. But Daniel resolved that he would not defile himself with the king's food or with the wine that he drank. Therefore, he asked the chief of the eunuchs to allow him not to defile himself. It's here that we see the first lesson we learn from Daniel. Daniel wasn't willing to compromise his standards. Look at the verse again. It says Daniel purposed in his heart not to eat the food Nebuchadnezzar had provided. The phrase that he might not defile himself suggests the food King Nebuchadnezzar was serving was the kind of food the Jews weren't allowed to eat. Remember that the Jews had many dietary restrictions of food that were declared unclean. Daniel didn't have to follow his Jewish standards. He was away from home in a foreign kingdom without his parents around. He could have eaten the food without a second thought. A modern day example of this would be if a child goes to a friend's house and they are playing a video game or watching a movie they aren't allowed to watch. Since parents aren't around, this child can easily get away with playing the game or watching the movie. Same thing going on here. Daniel didn't have to maintain his Jewish standards. It mattered to him whether or not he pleased God. It didn't matter what everyone around him was doing. According to the verse, only Daniel and his 3 friends refused the king's food. All the other captives ate whatever the king was offering. This didn't matter to Daniel. He wasn't going to compromise. This is an extremely important lesson for young people as well as adults to learn. Peer pressure is a powerful thing. It's been the cause of many young people losing their faith today. As followers of Christ, we have to decide upfront, just like Daniel, that we are not going to compromise our biblical principles no matter what. Just as Daniel purposed in his heart, we must also determine that whatever comes our way, we are not going to forfeit what we know is acceptable in the sight of God, because the pressure will come. Somehow, some way, you are going to get negatively influenced by your peers, co-workers, etc. But if pleasing God and living according to His will truly is important to you, as it was to Daniel, it will be easier than you think. Decide right now that if something comes up to you, no is contrary to God's word, you aren't going to participate or condone that behavior. We will be thrown into new situations every day. Our light can either shine or we can hide it under a box by going with the flow. Daniel knew that compromise in smaller things often leads to compromise with bigger, more important things. And that is the lesson for us. When we are following Jesus, we cannot compromise. We need to be striving to be more like Him every day. We may have good days and bad days in this regard, but we will continue to strive to be like Him. Every little thing is important. I read somewhere that compromise is putting sour milk in your coffee.